What's up, guys? Give me a minute. Just still trying to get my stuff set up correctly. There we go. Just give me a minute, guys. Like I said, for some reason, whenever I set this up, I guess, used the wrong. Ooh. Going up a little faster than I was hoping. So right now we're kind of at that previous day close and also the current 50% session. I was hoping we would stay kind of below this. I definitely like the shorts if we get back below the previous day low. And that would be kind of like a nice little trend line to the downside there. We don't like seeing us go up. What's up, Brian? How are you doing today? I hope we do not pump before the market opens. That's like the worst. Hello from Kenya, Brian. Let's see here. Right now, the president's speaking, so be careful if you're in a trade. It can be very volatile at the moment. We got a lot of little 5-minute order blocks sitting up there around the London high. Also, if you go to the possible a nice little bounce here at 176 this morning. Or is that where it hit at? I didn't look and see. Pretty close. What it is, that's kind of a gap filling on the 4-hour charts. And looks like a bottom of a candle. So you're... Let's pull a fib on that whole thing there and see. So we did kind of get the 50% pullback on the 4-hour. So let's look at this individual candle on the 4-hour and see where it pulled back. So that's at the 50%, almost back into discount. So I feel like a really good indicator of moving to the downside this morning. So definitely going to kind of open up this morning looking for shorts. Unless the volume just pushes us through this gap here. And you want to look for some kind of resistance sitting up at the 80. But sometimes these levels don't always work as good when you're first thing in the morning because, there's so much volatility. It wouldn't be as good as a level as like if you were trading, say, at 10:30 in the morning. So that's just something you have to consider this morning if that level is going to hold up. So this is kind of what we are looking at. This is just kind of like a small piece of your 4-hour candles and a small piece of your so it looks like we had like 2 sets of 1-hour candles there and also the 4-hour candle. So I see why we got that nice little rejection there at the 60s. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, so 176, 176, that could be a possible bounce this morning. That's why I'm kind of feeling like we may be moving down here at the market opens, but we'll just have to kind of wait and see what the market opens first thing this morning. We also got some 5-minute OBs up in that area too. Now, if we're going to go long, we still got that opening week gap from yesterday, but I don't know if we get up there today. I mean, that's a long ways back up. That's like 500 points. So it'll be one of those things where you just get like a huge boner candle to the upside. Ooh, look at this. I hate whenever we start popping before freaking we open like this. Not a big fan. Just be careful if you're trading all right. Yeah. Like I said, that 76 had a little bit of resistance. We just cleared out that gap there. The next hit up would be your 91. So it could be running some resistance at 91. But this is probably normal price action because, like I said, you have Trump speaking. So anything is possible here. All it takes is, it's kind of like when Jerome Powell was speaking. All they have to do is say like one word and it kind of can send the market crazy. So it's bad. I mean, if you want to be, if you want to be on the crazy side and trade, just kind of protect your profits and just be aware that we can just get some spike in volatility out of nowhere. So just be aware of that if you're in a trade. So anytime that Powell Jerome Powell speaks or a president speaks, they just have to mention something and it can just kind of cause the market to go kind of haywire. We still got about 15 minutes before the market opens. We had a pretty good trading session yesterday. We just kept taking base hits. If you're curious about all the little squares that you're seeing on my charts, so what this does, it kind of helps me keep an eye on the higher time frames without constantly looking for them or going back and looking at it. So this one big square, this is your 4-hour candle here. And these smaller squares in the middle are your hourly candles. So you would think if we broke kind of like a 5-minute trend line here, we could possibly be pushing up to the top of this 4-hour candle here at the 240s. Definitely not a big fan of us going straight up here before pre-market. I just feel like it messes up the charts. Maybe this is the day we get our gap fill in. Maybe it's just straight to the moon all day. You got the previous day high sitting all the way up here at 438. So, good consolidation over last night. Manipulation in the London. So that means that this could be a straight up price action. So this is the big three where you're talking about consolidation, manipulation, then the move the very next day. So you may get that today. Woo, what is that? Almost like a 20, 90, almost 100 point straight up boner 5-minute candle off the rip this morning. What's up, Fish Lips? I know. I hate that we're getting this 100 point boner candle like right off the rip here, like 15 minutes before the market opens. So, man, that's a massive 15-minute candle too. So these are our hourly candles here. So basically what I've been looking for is for us to run these previous hourly candles and then move back to the downside. So if we can push up here, run this next 4-hour candle and start coming back down. But I don't know. Like I said, we do have the previous week gap up there, like what? 500-600 points to the upside, Fish Lips. It's up there. Thank you guys for liking and commenting today. Hopefully everybody's having a good morning. I don't think we have any more news today. The only thing that was going on this morning was, like I said, I want to say the president was speaking. If you go to economic calendar, sorry about the white. So that was really the only 3-star news that we had this morning. Let's see. The rest of it's just kind of a no news day. Let's see what tomorrow is. I feel like we have some good news for tomorrow. Not good news, but more news for tomorrow. We have a GDP tomorrow and initial job claims at 7:30 or 8:30. I'm sorry. This may be on Central Time. I think it is. Not sure. Then we have core price index also this morning or tomorrow morning. So, is anybody here getting a snow day this weekend? All right, so no news Friday. All right, so that's kind of the news for the rest of the week. Oh, this is insane that we just had a 100-point move up in the last 5 minutes. Looks like we got a fairly big wick there on the downside at the, 58? What's up, Jake? Good morning. You're going to look for the backfill this morning? 324, there's another big down wick. So there's some nice looking wicks all the way up. I feel like that 250 area is a good time for reversal. That may get a nice little reversal this morning because that would be at yesterday's 50%. The previous day low is also in that area from the day before. You have some pretty good sizable down wicks also in that area. If you're looking at your 4-hour chart and your 1-hour chart, that is sitting at 254, 255. Oh, nice. You took the long? Nice. Hey, man, just be careful if you are taking longs during Jerome Powell or the President Trump speaks. So usually if either one of those guys are speaking, just approach the market carefully. You don't want to get caught in some kind of whipsaw like price action, because usually all it takes is either one of those guys when they're speaking to send the market in a crazy direction. Uh-oh. So it looks like we're already going to take out this 4-hour candle up here. And like I said, I'm usually not a big fan whenever we go straight up at the pre-market. Let's see. This would be your low, then wherever this ends up at here. So let's just say we end up in the 60s. This is kind of like where I would like to see, like, let's just say we get stuck right here and all the volume doesn't keep pushing us up to the upside. This is where I would like to see a pullback back into like their current sessions 50%, kind of back into discount in the middle of this range, then go up. So that's kind of what I would like to see, like a pullback to where we just take out 50% of this 15-minute. Hopefully it doesn't happen before the freaking market opens. So well, dude, put that account away for the day. If you're going to trade it for the rest of the day, Jake, if you're up that much in that eval, I would strictly go down to 1 and 2 micros and just say, I'm trying to get little bonus hits. That way you don't mess up your profit since you're already up that much for the day. Because that's the worst, man. You know, you're able to get that one big trade, then you continue trading it before you know it's lunchtime and you don't give back like 70% of your profit. So oh, nice, back to break even. Well, I wouldn't really look at it as break even though you did lose it yesterday. Just kind of approach the day as like, I made 1,000 today, keep it positive and just try to add to it. Small ads. So no matter what happens here, we're going to be kind of stuck watching. We can't do anything unless we get some kind of pullback. So I'm looking for some kind of a pullback off that 60 unless the volume comes in and kind of takes it out. So the reason why I'm looking for that 60 level, this is just a small little abbreviation of what your 4-hour leg looks like. So if you look, we got 2 hourly candles with down wicks sitting there at 55. We got a bunch of 4-hour wicks there also. So maybe if you're going to consider long, wait and kind of see what happens if you're looking at longing now. Or if you're in your long, maybe you can take off some profit. Because like I said, I'm not sure if we're going to get some kind of pullback off of that 55, 56 area. Or did it already hit? Maybe that already hit. Maybe that's what that 54 was right there. Because we did have, about a 30-point pullback there off of that 53, 54. So it might already happen. Or maybe that was the hourly wicks. So that might have been your hourly wicks right there. So maybe that's what that was. You still got some more big downward wicks on your higher time frame sitting at the 4-hour and the 60 here. So Nice big pullback off those. I'm pretty that was probably your 1 hour wicks is what that looks like because they match up perfectly. There's your current 4 hour candle, your hourly candle, and your two big wicks to the downside. So I would have been too scared to take that fish lips. All right, we got about 7 minutes left. What that was off that one? That was off those 1 hour double wicks, correct, Jake? Or was that your long? What's up, man? Oh, you're already dividing your profit into 1, 2, and 3. You already done trading for the day, Prev? Oh, the 820 candle. Gotcha. So that would have been, let's see, this candle here. Nice. We haven't taken any trades this morning. We're just kind of sitting on the sidelines at the moment. Since we just already ran this previous 4 hour candle, we're kind of anticipating a pullback here at the opening. Man. All right, let's see what happens at this 5650 area. Remember I said that's where those down wicks were on your 4 hour candle. But maybe at the opening it'll blast through that because we'll have so much volatility going through and it may not respect those levels. So, excuse me. Ample. Well, it already paid 20 points. I would have probably considered that if it wasn't so close to opening. There's just no way that I don't like taking trades before opening. This would have been a nice trade if it had been later in the morning. Look on the 4 hour charts and you see those two big down candles. You're already up 10, 20 points off of that 60 level. So that would have worked out nicely, but like I said, we're so close to opening, so it's so hard to take that. You can probably don't even have to trade super technical. I mean, you can literally, if you can just be patient enough and just wait for your big down wicks from higher time frames, it almost pays 10, 15, 20 points every time. Then, if we pull back, we should get maybe some nice resistance off of the 90s this morning. Then once again, we never did get back above that one level yesterday where we left this opening week gap, which was from here. This is where we closed at. This is where we closed at last Friday. And I think that's what that was. No? It says Wednesday. I'm sorry. I take that back. Oh, I would have to look at another chart. They don't really tell enough information. Or was that the gap from yesterday? I know we still have a weekly gap. Wow. Look at the trade off the 60 paying already. Oh my goodness. I just couldn't take it, Fish Lips. I know it's there, but it's so close to opening, man. I just can't do it. I know what happened is I do it. That thing would just kept ripping. All right, let's see if we get this 50% pullback here. So that's kind of what I'm looking for this morning is I'm looking for the 50% possible pullback. We can either try 50% of the whole move or 50% of the previous 15-minute candle. And we can probably mark out both of them if y'all want, just to be on the safe side here. All right, so we know that the 50% of this 15-minute candle was sitting at the current session, 50% in the previous day close. And a little bit farther would have us just right below that, around the 125. So that could be a nice bounce off that 125 this morning, Fish Lips. All right, less than 1 minute. I hated that I had to come pre-market on that 60 level. All right, 50% of the 15-minute candle is sitting right here at the previous day close and current session 50%. And the discount price is back into 121, 125, maybe off that 100. So rip down there. Oh, I got my thing turned around backwards. Let's see. All right. Got a big 1 hour wick sitting on top of that one. I'm going to be a little patient here. Not going to be in a big hurry. Usually that's a pretty good strong indicator if only 40% of the move is actually holding up. All right, there comes the 50% mark. Nice fish. Heck yeah. That was all the way down pretty much to the 50% mark, the previous day close and open here. Sitting on right on top of this 1 hour candle here. Right now, fairly mild, guys. That's kind of what I'm waiting for too, Fish Lips, to see where if we push down to that previous day low area, if it holds. See if we get that 50%. 50% pullbacks all the way back at the 200 here. Like I said, we're just kind of being patient. We're going to wait. We're going to wait and see if we can reach that previous day low down here in the 20s. Yeah, that would be definitely a nice bounce stuff around that 112 this in a minute. All right, 125. We may enter one contract at 125. There's a big wick there too at the 125. Then also sitting at the 12. So if this pulls back and the 200 holds, all that is the 50% mark of this leg here. Yeah, I almost want to short the 75 here. If the 200 holds. There's the 50% mark there. See if that holds or not. Nope. Wow, what a rip. Already kind of pushing back up here. I'm going to short the 75. Maybe. Well, man. Just got caught up in that one. Holy crap. All right. We're in 2 micros. What we'll do is if it pushes up to that 25, we may add. Right there at that previous day close. Just need a quick little wick through there. Nice. Woo. That would have me sweating a little bit, guys. Good thing we went in too heavy, so it didn't hurt too bad to sit through a little drawdown with the 2 little mics. Do we hold on? Do we hold on to our $70 or do we switch accounts? I'm trying to make $100 if I can. You know what? We're going to hold on to it. We're going to switch accounts. All right. Now we're going to look for a trade off the bottoms down here around the hundreds. Whew. Yeah, Thomas, we only went in 2 micros, so it's so much easier to hold when you don't go in very heavy. And that way you can always add to it, or if you feel frisky, hold the trade for a deeper profit. To me, I was just looking for that flat like 20, 25 points. What's up, John? All right, like I said, we're going to switch accounts. We're just going to be happy with that little $70 profit there because that pushed our account over right at $1,300 in total profit on the funded account. And we'll see if we can find another one with this one. Maybe we can inch it closer to $1,000, and that way we'll have 2 fundeds kind of approaching that $1,000 range. Did I miss the 25 bounce? I effing did. I wasn't even paying attention, fish lips. Oh my God, I missed the whole thing. Oh my goodness. I wasn't even paying attention. I was busy looking elsewhere. Oh man, come on. Dude, a 75-point ripper off of the 25. Oh, I feel robbed. No. Oh well, there's nothing I can do now but watch, guys. We missed that one. I was looking over here at my P&L, and I was looking at my other chart, and boom. Oh, son of a bee. I wanted to put one contract on that 25 level, then add at the 100. Son of a bee. Damn it. Oh well. All we can do is sit here and watch now, guys. So completely missed that one. What's up? What's up, Matt? I wanted to long off that 1 hourly candle where I had my blue line sitting out of this area right here because it was on top of a 1 hour candle. Big wick, plus it was a whole number. I wanted to put one contract there. I didn't think it was moving that fast. Like I said, I just wasn't paying attention. Then I was going to try to add at the 100 if we pushed the whole number and at the previous day low. But like I said, time I looked up, it was already up 75 points. So completely missed it. My favorite things to trade, Chris, is mainly I like trading support and resistant levels. I like looking for big wicks. So like this morning, I wanted to short that 60 level because it was a higher time frame down wick, but it was so close to opening, and plus you had Trump speaking, so there was just no way I could have taken that. So we had it marked out here for anybody that felt a little on the frisky side. Two big down wicks on your hourly candles and your 4 hour candle. So whenever we had this drug over earlier, but like I said, it was so close to opening. There was just no way I was going to put a trade on within 2 minutes of the opening candle. There was just no way. Even though we did have a 100-point pullback. So that was a nice 4 hour rejection there. For anybody that likes to trade off those higher time frame wicks. And I like to trade off wicks. All right, so we got another hour, 15 minutes before we have to quit trading. So hopefully we can find another one. Yeah, I caught that crazy. Holy crap. Caught a short from 185. Let's see. That would have been here. Yeah, here. All right, so if you're new here, my charts do look a little bit weird. It's only because I'm trying to pay more attention to the higher time frames without constantly pulling charts over and looking at it. So this big square that you see here, which we can take it off if it's kind of annoying if people don't like looking at the big square. So this is your 4 hour candle here. So if you notice, look, we popped that 4 hour candle here and basically pulled back 100 points. So good indicator. I still think that we could possibly, if you notice yesterday, this is the same price action we had yesterday. We pulled back about 50% of the total leg yesterday, but by lunchtime, we retraced this whole move yesterday. So there's something to kind of look at later today if you're still trading on later today. So right now, doesn't really have a very clean look on that 4 hour candle. That looks kind of weird. Let's see. That looks a little cleaner. I feel that if you could possibly print above this, let me take this off real quick so it's not. I feel like that's good support right here. So let's just say you push up above this, maybe on like lower time frames, and find resistance at the 40s. And that way, when you print, you're just going to bump back into all these wicks for support on your hourly candle here. Because you've already hit these two wicks, and you got another gap fill in all the way up there at 325. So your next wick up is not till 325 on the 1 hour candle. So we'll wait and see what happens if we can get above the 240 and find some kind of resistance up there. You want to see a little print and a little pullback and just kind of bounce off of this where you can make sure it doesn't get through. And we'll mark it out here. That way it's, and you can tell it's right there at the top of that 4 hour candle too. All right, we're at the 40 level. As you can see, we're having a little problem getting through it. Like I said, there's a lot of resistance there in the 1 hour. I under leverage myself, Matt. But I'd rather under leverage than lose all your profit in one bad trade. What would be a really good setup is to push up here, like up to the 75, the 300, then get this pullback to the 50 and take a nice trade off of the 40 and 50 area. Kind of like a nice little like leg here. So you had this one big leg, pull your fib on this leg and look for maybe like a 38 to that 60% pullback of this leg. So that right there would, I think, would make a nice little entry, especially if it's off the whole number. So get our fib ready. All right. And that's if we even get through that. Remember, we got those 4 hour wicks down through there. 500 bucks. I feel like that's quite a bit. I mean, that's like 10 trading days. Let's see here. Not really anything holding us up here. I almost want to take a trade off that 90 there. I may try to trade off the 90 here. There's a 4 hour wick sitting there at the 92. Let me make sure I got that right. Do I keep missing it? I don't want it to blast through on me. Yeah, it's right there. I might have missed it. It's sitting at like 89. If I miss it, I'm not going to take it. This is just 2 micros, too. Oh, don't miss it. Oh, damn it. If it gets over 20, 30 points away, we're probably going to take that off because I feel like we might have missed it. I don't know how much I feel about that second push. Where did that hit? Let's see. Looks like 87 here. We'll give it one more chance to go. Did I miss it? Oh, it's the bottom of it's at 87. I might have missed it, guys. I didn't have my thing in the right place. This is what we were looking at right here, and we might have missed it. It hit it right on the nose, so we may take that off. It's already paid 30 points, so didn't quite have that in the right place. I'm sorry. It was actually 87. I think when I was looking at it, I just barely had my line over it whenever I was glancing at it. Your next big 4-hour wick's going to be up there at 325. So this is kind of where I'd like to see a pullback into the 40s. What do we got sitting at the 300s, 336? Man, I don't see nothing holding us up in those 300s, man. I'm going to wait on the 300s and see if we get that 50% pullback down into the 50s here. There's your 300 hit. It did ripped off 10 points right off the rip. We're going to try to short off that 25 level up here. 22. There's some nice down wicks on the hourly candle. The hourly candle is sitting at 31, 36. So even if it pushes the 30s, you might be able to add at the 50s before you get the pullback. Unless we just miss it. I mean, if we miss it, golly, man, did we miss it again? I tried to front run that by a point or two, and all right, we'll give it one more little push. There's also some resistance at 36 too. So might not even make it to 50 here. Back at the 36 level again. We got a new 4-hour candle, which is kind of scary here. Really need to see a 50% retracement here. Let's pull the fib on this hourly candle here. I forgot Trump was still talking, guys. All right, we'll look for the 50. There's some more wicks up there on the, I want to say at the 50. Right now we're just in for 2 micros. 53. There's another wick sitting up there at 53 on the 4-hour candle. Come on. That's not a good candle. Come on. I hate these little half candles right here on the 5 minutes. I'm going to go to break even here. Damn it. We can always re-add if we... All right. So we just got out for the 10 points. It still may go back. I keep forgetting that Trump is speaking, and it makes me nervous being in these trades. But we will add again up there at the 50 or the 300, depending on where we get the bounce at here. I would still like to see a pullback all the way to the 50, the 250s. Put this up here. I don't want to get blasted with some kind of news. The ideal for this is to hold it back down to the 300. Just being patient, waiting here. Yeah, just be careful, guys. I guess Trump is still speaking, is what Methodical Man's saying. I didn't know he was still speaking. I thought he was done. Watch this thing go all the way back to 50% of this total move, which is all the way back down at 250. Man. Man, this thing's been stuck here for a few minutes. Like I said, I'd like to see a trade all the way back to the 250s. That would be your roundabout back into discount. Since I got out, it's probably going to go to the 300s. That's the way it usually goes. Oh, goodness. Thanks, Ross. All right, another 5-minute candle here. Maybe this will be your dump candle to the 300 here. I know, man. It's like, it's still paying you 10 points. I just grabbed my 10 points and went to break even. Here comes the 300. There it goes. Nice if you had the boys to hold it. If we get that pullback all the way down to the 240s, 250s, that's where I'm a long. Nice fish lips on the hold. I didn't have it in me to hold it. I just couldn't do it. I just, nice on the 300 hold, guys. We will short 253 also. 250. There's a big old 4-hour, 5-minute order block up there too. Oh. Are you still going in kind of heavy, Jake? Or did you lower your risk down? Probably another nice long off of the 300 there too. Oh, no jump chart to micros. Okay. Man, so far we just kind of died here, guys. Not a lot of movement. Oh, no, you're fine. Heck, there's still a lot of lingo I'm not that familiar with. All right, so we had this big pump at the market open. Now we're just kind of just died off here. Lost a lot of volume. I might have missed the 50. I'm sitting here messing with my charts. God dang it. I swear, man. I missed multiple trades today fucking with my charts. Not quite. Damn. Gonna go to break even. All right. I'm going to close this at 25 if we hit the 25. Back above 50, we'll close again. All right. All right, nice. I wanted the 25, but that's okay. We got another quick $75 profit target on that. So a little bit closer to the $1,000 on the funded account. I wanted to hold to 25. What's stopping me is I wasn't sure what kind of bounce we would get off the top of this 4-hour candle here. So all of our trades have been basically just taking off the 4-hour wick so far. Luckily they have been around the whole numbers. I missed that first 50 target up there. So basically what we were looking at was this right here. So you see that big wick sitting at 77 on the downside on the 4-hour candle. We hit that buddy right on the money and yanked back 40 points almost. So if the market's not moving that great, if you're still looking for little entries, go over to the higher time frame and look for downward wicks. A lot of times you'll get I'm not saying you'll get massive moves, but if you're just looking for like a quick 10, 20, 30 point winner, most of the time you'll get those. And I missed that first one. You guys see this one right here. I just wasn't paying attention like I did multiple times this morning, but it was a quick 25 points off the rip. I mean, it was like bam, bam. All right, we're going to switch to another funded and see if we can find another trade with it. Then hopefully we'll be done trading the fundeds for the day. I'm not going to lie. We had the one funded trade that I missed that I was really annoyed on is I wasn't paying attention was this trade here. We had this push up And anytime that, I've been saying this out loud more and more, anytime that we blast through like the 75 to 50, a lot of times during the New York session, dude, that 25 was in a perfect spot this morning. Or even the 20 range, that 25, because look, this is the top of the hourly candle right here even though this is the 5-minute charts, but I know this is the top of the 5-minute candle. And dude, we just ripped off of that. We're already up 200 points from that rip off that hourly candle this morning. And this is actually my funded trade setups that I like, where we push above the previous 15-minute candle, the first one of the 8 o'clock hour, pull back 50%, then look for the longs out of this. But like I said, we just completely missed this trade setup this morning. Sorry if I missed somebody's chat or something. I was kind of focused on that trade there just to make sure we got out of that thing. A lot of time we get a fairly big pullback whenever we hit like a 4-hour candle like that. Ooh. And I had paper hands on this last setup over here. I just didn't have the diamond hands today to hold that last 300 pullback on the 25 points. So if you had the diamond hands, congrats. I just did not. And that was off that 20 level. The 20 level also was at a downward wick support. Dude, this may be the 50% pullback on this leg here. Dude, this would be such a nice long, I feel like, out of this area right here. Ooh, that would be a nice, I feel like a nice long. You would have your 21 EMA. You got some nice big wicks. You got the top of your 15-minute candle. You got the 50% at the 200. Ooh. Don't know if we'll get that pullback, but man, that looks like a nice pullback right there, fish lips, into that area. Yeah, I do the same thing when I'm trading my PAs, man. I get so focused because we're trading nothing but funded accounts this morning, guys. No evals this morning. So all the trades I enter, I'm like going in thinking, hey, these things are going to win. And I'm willing to sit through a little bit of drawdown because we're not going in over leveraged. Yeah, I wish I'd have held down to the 325s, but I was okay with the 350 on mine. Plus, I went in with 2 micros on mine. All right, so what do we got to the top side here? Man, dude, if we get above that 436, I don't know what's holding us up from there. It's like straight up, guys. I'm not going to lie. You get above 436, and we could be off to the races for the rest of the day. There's a huge gap. There's nothing here. Look at the 4-hour charts here. Above 435, 440. Find some support. There's just nothing up here holding us down all the way up to the 600s. Just one big old 4-hour boner candle with a gap. So we'll see what happens the higher we move up here, guys. So far, guys, not a lot of profit. We're up just 150 between the two accounts. So not a lot of profit, but we are in the green. We also got that previous day high up there. Now, this is something I will possible short. Like, let's just say we push above that previous day high and start selling back through that. A lot of times, if you run that previous day high and it can't find some resistance up there and start selling back through, a lot of times you'll get a nice trade back to the downside. So, whew. Ross, how's your trading been going today? What's up, Rufin? How are you doing? Jake, are you still in the green today? Since you're having to trade on minis? Oh, goodness. Whew. We got the previous day open sitting up at the 400s. Ooh. We're running into a big old order block. Yeah, you got to be careful with some of these whole number setups because they are possible drawdown. So that's probably the only downside to, I got to say, if you're trading minis is that's one of the things that I used to struggle whenever I traded minis, Jake. It's like your trade has to, it's almost like you put yourself in a box. Like your trade almost has to be perfect without risking a bunch of profit. To me, I think that's the only downside of over leveraging a little bit is like if your trade's not perfect, and those are hard to come by. You know, I'm not saying you don't get perfect trades, but that's usually the hardest part because a lot of times your stop loss needs to be where your stop loss. So like this while ago, this would have been something that I would have taken on an eval here. So this would be kind of like a 5-minute breakout type strategy where you get the big move, you get the 2 to 3 red candle pullback. As soon as this green candle popped this red candle, I would have been long, but your stop loss would have had to be here, which is about 30 points. So dude, what's the deal with the 87? The 87's been paid multiple times today. Ah, shoot. There was a nice short there at the 91, I bet. Got a 1 hour OB sitting up here. So we may struggle to get through above 33 here. Let's see. Was that at least your 10 points there? Right now we're at the previous day open, so I would think there would be a lot of resistance here at the previous day open. If this thing pulls all the way back to the 400s, we're going to take this off because last time I did that and I took the second push and it went all the way through. We're sitting in that order block, so we're going to go to break even. We're already at break even. May get stopped out. See if we push. All right, good deal. We didn't quite push that wick. What we're going to do is look for the 50 test. If it pushes up through the 25, we can look for the 50 test. It's so close. Oh, well. All right. Didn't get that pullback. It just pulled back a quick 10 points. All right, we're at the previous day high. Let's see what happens here at the 50s. Let me look. Oh, man, I don't know if I like that above the 50s because we just ran those highs through that freaking 1 hour order block there. This thing looks like it's just blasting at the moment. For the 5 minutes, you may get that pullback here. Careful in there. Yeah, I know. That's why I was going to break even fairly quick on my trade, fish lips. We got up 10 points. It's just it didn't continue. I should have just took my 10 points. So if we print here and get a pullback into the previous day, say 28, because that's a big hourly down wick, and you're on top of that. So I made long off of that area here. 34s, 30s. Kind of get it marked out real quick so I can see it. There's the 34. You can see that 34 kind of found some resistance. See the 34 kind of pull back and hit. You may get 28 here. So got to get through these 34s. A lot of big wicks there, guys. Like I said, I'm going to take a long off for this if it prints. You got a lot of 4-hour wicks there. You got 1 hour wicks there. There's a lot of wicks. So you just need to find support. We got a minute left on this candle here. All right, 45 seconds. Trying to get through the previous day high here. $16 seconds left. And keep a short, tight leash on this too. If I see we start losing at 34, we'll close this trade. That 30 to 28 is kind of my line in the sand here, guys. We hit that first profit. If we do hit it, we're going to go to break even. Oh, come on. I'm like a couple points away. There we go. Beautiful off the 34, guys. It was hard not to take that. Ugh. Looking for 375 as my final target, and we'll be hopefully done with the fundeds. Guys, it was so hard not to take that off of that 34 level. I mean, if I was more gutsy, I'd have probably went in heavy, but I just didn't have an enemy to go heavy, guys. I mean, I'm going to show you what this looks like, what we're looking at over here. It was so hard not to take this. Even if it fell, I mean, too many wicks sitting there not to take this. Look. 1 hour wick, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 4-hour 1 wicks. Like that 30 is a wall. You know how much it would take us to get through that wall? Probably quite a bit. So once we got a little 5-minute little candle, you can see that little 5-minute candle right there, right on top of it too. Look, right there. He went back and made a little kiss, then rip. I just wish I could have went in heavier. But that's okay. I'm okay with just going in with a few micros and take whatever little points we can get. What did it do? Push up to the 70? All right. We didn't get that freaking 75 like we wanted. How much time we got left for a new candle here? Got to wait for a new candle, and we may try to jump back in. Or if we lose that previous day high, I mean, the last time we shorted the previous day high, it usually pays pretty good too. We still didn't touch that 75 up there. I was really hoping that that push there would give us the 75 level. But now I'm not going to join in on a candle as it's printing. So we'll have to wait for the next 5-minute candle to print to see what we can do here. Yeah, we've taken quite a bit of trades, Solo. It's probably going to come back, stop me out, then rip. Oh. You got 1 minute, 4 seconds for this next 5-minute candle here. No pullback. It's just going to go. I feel so dirty. Nothing. There comes with 75 target. There she goes. Nice if you stayed in it. Damn. There's your 75. I'd take my profit right there if you took that long off the 30s. Because it could make another pullback here. Yeah, we've had quite a bit of entries today, Solo. Most of my entries have been small. We've just been scalping a little bit, just trying to add to the daily profit. That's all. And we've been cycled through in accounts. So, unfortunately, I didn't get my full profit on that last one because we had to make up a $15 little red we had on that one. So, we're about at the $1,300 mark on that funded and $800 on that one, and sitting at $500 on this one. Then we didn't take no Apex funded accounts today. I want to see another retest of the 30 area. If we can get another retest of that 30 area, we will long again. So just kind of have to be patient and wait here. We pretty much paper handed our 30 something long because I went to break even a little too fast. I was trying to conserve profit is there, and I was looking for 75. So that would be your next quarter hold point to the top side. I can't tell if we've hit it or not because it's gotten pretty close. Yeah, it would have hit 75. So you would have been out at 75 if that's where you would have finished off your profit at. Yeah, 375. This is where I like to see a pullback into the 30s and 40s here. Kind of make a nice little bull flag. Pull back 30, 40, that 38%. Just get you a good looking bull flag to long off those 50s. That would be your classic. Here's your next leg right here. 50%, or actually we want to see, or even a 20%. That would even mean stronger for the bulls if you only get that 23% pullback into the previous day high. Yeah, Fish Lips has been on fire this week, man. The last couple weeks he has. I'm okay with just getting a couple little victories here and there. That's all I need. Just keep them green days coming. They'll add up. No. Oh, this is so annoying, guys. I almost wish I just went in with like 5 micros or something on that damn trade. I don't know if Fish Lips wants to be on camera. You can always do a voiceover if you don't want to do camera, Fish Lips. Come on, pull back. Pull back to the 40s. We get that pull back into the 40s, then a push up back up to the 90s or even that 500 level. Butter. I can get one more trade in before the 1030 gets here. Is anybody expecting any crazy cold weather this week? I'm in the middle of the country, man, so we're expecting some crazy cold weather over the next, starting this weekend. May even get snowed in a little bit this weekend. Not really snowed in, but, you know, where most people don't go anywhere in the town. Sunny and 75. Yeah, yep. Luxury weather of the beautiful western south of the country there in Arizona. 3 inches of ice in Texas. Yeah, I saw a lot of ice down that way. That's devastating ice. 3 inches of ice, man. That'll wreck southern states. You know, in the country here. Anytime you get that much ice. I'm in Northwest Arkansas, Jake. So we're right above you. So I think we're supposed to get all snow this weekend. Dude, I missed out on. I hated that I just paper handed this trade. It drives me nuts when I do that. I shouldn't be going to break even so fast, especially when I'm not in heavy. It's just a habit sometimes that I don't know why I do it, but I do. So we just cost ourselves like 25 points on this move. And the other one I missed because I wasn't paying attention was this retest of that 25 back down there. This is the one I was really annoyed that I missed because that one was perfect. I mean, it was at the previous day close, and anybody knows I love longing off the previous day close or shorting, whatever may be. And we had a 1 hour wick there too. With the 1 hour candle, I mean that was a perfect entry there for some points. I'm not, you know, like you can't anticipate this many points, but that was a nice rip there. Right now, the only thing that we can do as far as the entry goes, if you pull fib on this whole leg, you want to see like a 20%, that 20 to 25% pullback of this leg. And that would put you back in the 50s and the 30s, kind of 40s area. I know it's kind of weird to see here. If you pull fib, this is the start of the leg here. Well, this leg, not the overall leg. So the overall leg, you would go down to here. I mean, it's a little pullback. Yeah, so that would put us back around the 40s. That definitely would be a nice long area. But you want to make sure you see a wick happen. You don't want to buy into it. You kind of want to wait and see. Once it hits it, it kind of pulls back a little bit and makes that little wick. Man, does the 500 hold here? Do we attempt the 500? I don't know if there's anything at the 500 holding us up, though. That's the only thing. I haven't looked. $589, $54. I don't really see anything up here that's going to stop us. There's a down wick sitting at the 88s there. Is that where we just hit, the 88s? Yep, we hit the 88s. So there was a hourly wick count. It was so small I couldn't see it. $78. Man, the rest of that, if we get through the 500s, I don't see how we don't fill in this gap today. I may even go heavy on this one. All right, getting that pullback we're looking for. Like I said, we're looking for that pullback to the 20% here. Let's see if we get that. Got a big downward wick sitting there at the 60s where we just bounced at. Boom. The 34, 38 area will be my line in the sand here too. So if I feel like we're going to crash those levels, we may exit too if we find an entry here. About to have a new hourly candle too, so kind of have to be aware of that. What do we got? About to have a new candle here. I just want to make sure this candle doesn't blast me, so that's why we're waiting to drop it. We haven't dropped it yet. Sorry if my chat's down. My chat's not up at the moment, so if you said something, sorry about that. Didn't see it. Is that going to be an order block there? May wait on that one. So if we can pull down here, find support around the previous day high, we will look for long. But I'm not going to jump in on the 50. So we're going to look for previous day high. Now, this could just consolidate sideways without a pullback. So that means still very, very bullish. And usually that's what happens. If you get this big move up and you just consolidate sideways, you'll just kind of get this breakout here to the, whatever side you break out. Methodical Man's, he's on the stream. Oh, this is the next week opening gap here. Yeah, I think Methodical just said ES is breaking out too, so. Shriveled. Short, shriveled, and always to the left. If it's shriveled, how are you getting a direction? It's like a turtle. Turtle. Oh, goodness. There, look at this 21 EMA all the way down here. What's up, man? Wow, you're up 30,000 today? That's insane. What's up, Ken? How are you doing today? Nice. That's kind of where I'm at too on my accounts. We've been just cycling through the fundeds. We're only up 70, 75, and 22. So we're up $1,300 total, $800 and $500. So we were trying to find one more trade before we got off. What's up, Christian? Right now, we're just kind of waiting. We're kind of looking for that 38.40 pullback here and see if that area holds. If that area holds, I'm going to probably go in long. One leg more than the other. Oh, goodness. But if not a big deal. We're okay where we're at if we have to walk away for today. Not as good as day as I like since we had so much moving up we did today. But the only thing is the president was speaking this morning, and so it's really hard to be in entries when he's speaking, because that's kind of like trading with Jerome Powell was speaking, and you just never know. You don't want to get wrecked. It's going to be the 5-minute breakout here. Let's see what happens with this 50 level. I would have thought there was a wick down there at the 50s right here. I was going to try a 10-point bounce there. Let's see if that would have... No. Did it pay to 10 points? I was looking for 10 points. Watch it pay 10 points. Oh, it did pay 10 points. You dirty, dirty girl. Dirty, dirty. Come on. Oh, don't get stopped at the 75 on me. I'm not sure what happened at the 10:30 London Open or close. Damn it. Couldn't get through the 75s. I thought once we broke that 75s, we'd push back up to the top here. All right. Might lose our profits in some right here if this thing pulls back. So the only thing that would save us now would be the 38s. That previous day high is going to be kind of my line in the sand. So if we start breaking that previous day high, that's when I'll consider probably getting out of this trade here. Almost wish I would have took the 50 bounce now. I feel like that probably would have been the safest play, taking the 50 bounce. I just wasn't sure if we would blast through or not. If we get below that 38, it's probably going to be straight downtown. So very, very key level here. Actually, 30. We might get saved by 30 here. Or 40. I just don't want to get wicked out here, so we'll give it some room. Like I said, 40 will be definitely kind of like my line in the sand here. If we lose that 40 level. Come on, give me the 100 here, fella. One more 75 push here. Come on. You got this. Someone give it a little nudge. Say go. Give me the 85. We're break even at 85. No, don't wick me. Oh, I hate when it does that shit, man. Give me a dirty little wick. Come on. A little bit more. You got this. Someone talk dirty to it. I don't want to go to break even too fast and that shit wicks me and stops me out. All right, there we go. We knew she had it in her. Just had to give her a minute to warm up. Oh, shit. Give me the 500. We'll give you, let's give a couple points off there. This thing can pull back kind of deep off the 500, so you got to be careful here. Man. Woo. Nice breakout there. Sucks we had to sit through that drawdown, though, guys. Sucks we had to sit through the drawdown. Now, it wouldn't have been too bad if you're in low, but, man, if you're over leveraged, you had to sit through freaking 25 points of drawdown. Dude, there is nothing up to the upside there, MT. Like, I'm expecting that gap fill in all the way up at 550. So this is what I mean by hitting that damn 90. So we missed out on our runner here. Come on, get back up there. Let us break $100. So right now, I mean, even if this fails, I think we still get pretty much $100 on this account because we went in with 5 micros on that one. I wish I'd have took the trade at the 50 like I wanted to. And this is why I was right here. Look, we had this wick. All right, so my runner got stopped out. Oh, well. We got a little nudge over 100. So 3 accounts, all green today. We did have to sit through a little drawdown on a few of them. But overall, decent day of trading if you believe in the trade. Nothing like a little 500 resistance there, guys. Now, this is like a classic pull your fib 3 candle breakout or 2. I thought we were going to get it on the second candle, but, you know, the 5 minutes had to give me a third candle. So this would be like your little bull flag if you like to trade bull flags. So perfect tiny little bull flag here, guys. Tiny little bull flag. With a big pole, little flag. Oh, goodness. Even though it didn't continue. But end of the day, nice little bull flag. So you had a little bull flag. You could have pulled your fib on this leg here. You're at the 23%, which usually means if your 23% holds up on your fib, that means the bulls are still in control. Where the bulls start losing control is basically where you start getting back into discount. Then you're like, is it going to hold or not? But if it does, that's kind of what they call the golden pocket for anybody that likes to trade the fib. So... all right. I got in the OOB breakup around 9:15. Dude, I missed that trade. That's actually one of my favorite funded setups this morning, and I missed it. Look at this. This is the leg here. So if you pull fib on this leg, I totally missed it this morning. I was so annoyed after I missed that because I was looking elsewhere. It happened so fast that I completely missed it. Look at this setup here. I was so annoyed that I missed this. I mean, this was perfect this morning. This is what I look for on my funded accounts. But like I said, I totally missed it. So you pull fib. Here's your 15-minute candle from 8 to 8 or 9 to 9:15. You're looking for a 50 to 60% pullback into the middle of that range. Get long around the 50%, the 60%, whatever best you can do, and hold on tight. And that one bounced off the freaking hold number too, or bounced off the 25 too. I mean, that one right there was just straight buttered this morning. I was sitting over there looking at my P&L or looking at something. I turn around and I'm like, oh crap, that thing's already going up. Because what it happened so fast. I mean, it was like a straight 75-point rip out of nowhere with this candle. As you can see, it was like all wick. It was like instant. And you had an hourly candle sitting there also. So that thing was nice on a lot of good long possibility right there if you got that one. Nice on that one, man. Totally missed. Thank you guys for the likes and follows today. Are you talking about from this morning, Solo? This candle right here. This is the setup that I like to take on my fundeds, where you pull fib on the beginning candle where it pushes out of the 15-minute range and have like a pullback about 50% of this candle. And so if you put all the stuff that you had going on in this area, you had the previous day close, which I like to trade the previous day close. That's like one of my favorite to trade on. You had the 25, you had an hourly wick sitting there. I mean, there was so much in that area. I wasn't sure where the 21 EMA was, but like I said, I was looking to the left and I turned back around, and I guess it was one of those that happened really, really fast that I already missed it. The time I noticed it, it already wicked up to like in the 80s. So it was already up 60 points before I even realized it this morning. Let's see if the bear flag is going to hold here. I don't know if I have enough time. Man, that's crazy that you're up 30,000. What kind of account are you up 30,000 on, man? Is that like a funded account, or is that like a? Yeah, I got that short on that. Was that early morning candle this morning, or some guy in one of my other lobbies? I have like 3 chats going on right now. So that's why sometimes whenever I'm talking to different people, because I have like 3 different chats. So I have the TikTok chat. I also have a vertical YouTube chat, and I have the regular horizontal chat. I usually don't question anybody's, whatever they say. That's none of my business. I guess we can only thrive to have good winning days. To me, I'm just mainly doing scalping. We're just, looking for small little wins. Small wins turns into profits or payouts. Let's see where the next wick is. We can go to the higher time frames. I only have about 10 more minutes left today, guys. So I don't think I'm going to take any more funded trades because, like I said, we have traded no evals, all fundeds this morning. So, like I said, we're just taking small victories. So right now, this is up 250 for the day on all funded, like together in one, because we're just doing basically one trade. Whatever we get, we get. One trade, whatever we get, we get. And I think this one I took 2 trades though. All right, so let's look for. Dude, you got 567 is your next 580. 567 is a really nice bounce area. If we can push up to the, I mean, that's 100 points to the upside, so that's a lot. But if you're looking at, this is the 4-hour down candle, and this is the 1 hour here. Oh, wait, I take that back. Did I take the 4-hour off? No, I didn't. So it looks like you have about 30 minutes left for a new 4-hour candle. $35. It looks like 561. Then definitely looks like a nice trade off 590 if you push up that high. Jake, sometime either this week, I'm going to try to do all the videos on Ninja, because I used to have those on my YouTube channel and I took them off, and that way it'll show you how to set up all the Ninja stuff. That way you don't have to go around and look for a whole bunch of videos. When setting up your Riptych and Ninja, you usually have quite a few more steps. So what is it? Find my Ninja here. Yeah, with Ninja, you have to set up connections. So you have to go to kind of configure. And so basically what you do is you set up all your connections with Ninja, whoever you're trading with, if you're using Riptych. So I'll go over all this way if you want to set up your Ninja, if you want to start using Ninja. If you want to use Ninja, I'll say, because you have to download, you'll need to set up a Ninja account. Go to like the Ninja website, set up an account. You'll have to download the RTrader Pro. Yeah, that's kind of what I was telling you in the beginning about using cheaper prop firms in the beginning in your new journey, because that's a lot of money to spend when new to trading. I mean, $100 a pop. So with Bulinox, it's a little bit more on the back end, but right now you can get a Bulinox account for, I want to say $22 for 25K, and the 50K is like 28, I think. And that's 80% off. The last week was the 90%. When you started, the 90% was even cheaper because you can get it for like $15. Bulinox has probably got some of the less rules, but like I said, they're a little bit more on the back end, but a lot of times you don't have to worry about all the stricter rules with Bulinox. And Bulinox, you can usually use them on Quantower or Ninja. There's also the Quantower charts. I mean, I guess I haven't traded this weekend in the evening. I was going to plan on starting tonight back again. Usually with Bulinox, you don't do resets, man. I've never done a reset with them. It's cheaper to leave the account there and just buy a new one and let it, if you're going to keep it, especially if you can kind of build up the 90% on the Buleys. So right now, like, I don't have any I don't have any evals with Buleys. All my 3 accounts are just fundeds that I'm trading. So I haven't started any new evals with Bulinox. And these are Quantower charts. I like the way Quantower charts looks, but I'm not very good at Quantower charts either. But you can use Ripnik on Quantower. These are fairly easy to set up. So basically, all you have to do is just select your recent connection, and then you get your Ripnik username, password, and sign in. So Ripnik's not too hard to set up. Ninja's the only one that's a little bit difficult to set up. Woo, do we lose this area? Man, I really don't want to take a short because I'm about to have to get off in a few minutes. Let me see, what time do I have to be? Let me see. Yeah, like I was telling you last week, man, being new, just try to stick to the cheapest prop firms. I would never recommend spending $100 on a prop firm account if you're just starting out. Because most people are going to blow that, and it sucks to lose $100 on a prop firm account, especially eval. Dude, that 40 is still a wall, guys. That 40 is still paying. So that's what I was saying. That's why I was saying earlier I was going to hold that on that pullback, because that 40 area has been a straight wall. I didn't know if it was going to pay again, but that 40, there's a lot of wicks in that area at the 40s. All right, here's that 40 level or 30 level on the 4-hour chart and the 1-hour chart. So this is what I was saying, like all this support here. Now, if we lose that area, we could get a really decent pullback here. Oh, that's a 4-hour wick too. See, we got that big 4-hour wick sitting there at the 40. Well, hopefully everybody's at least able to find like a small scalping trade, no matter how little or how much you made today. So hopefully everybody's green. Every trade we took today was a winner, even though we had to sit through a little bit of drawdown. We trusted the setups, even though we had a little bit of drawdown. So like the last trade, I trusted the 40. I felt like that 40 was a really, really stiff area. You can see we're still struggling to get through the 40s. Now, if we lose that 40, that might be a good short area. So, because you're selling back through the previous day high, and a lot of times if you lose that previous day high, you get like a decent little pullback here. So here we go. Let's see if we're going to lose it right here. It took how many candles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be the 6th candle that's hit this area. So see if it makes it through it. That's what I would do, Jake, if you are kind of going in over leverage on your trades. Look for like nice resistance off higher time frame candlesticks. Oh. She's going. I think the next one's going to be 30, if I'm not mistaken. There was another one sitting at 30. Whew, I feel like we're due for pullback, guys. What sucks is I'm not going to be here this evening to catch the pullback. Possibly back down to the 400s here. Now, if this 5-minute candle can push down here and that next one print, I may look for a nice little short here. We'll see what happens, because we're getting back below that previous day high here. We got another wick right there. All right, so it just blasted that thing. Remember, I don't chase 5-minute candles. I always wait for the 5-minute candles to print, depending on what time frame you're trading on. I trade mainly on 5 minutes. I don't know if I'll be able to sit here and watch this whole trade either. So, like I said, we have to kind of end our stream in a minute. We still got a minute and 30 seconds left on this candle. What's crazy is, do we rerun back to 350 here to retest the top of this 4-hour candle? One minute left on this candle. If I wasn't worried about some kind of resistance, I would have loved to just short it at the 40 level here as it broke it. $20 seconds left. 20 seconds left. $10 left. Hopefully this next candle will hit back up at the 25 a little bit. Like, hope it pulls back. Come on, pull back. Is it not going to pull back? Son of a bee. I want to see it pull back up into like the 25s, the 30s to kind of retest that area. Might just go without us. Didn't really get that pullback that I wanted to see. Oh, you dirty, dirty girl. She's going to go without us. I don't think this thing's stopping, guys. I think this thing is going to be on a train to the downside right now. Like I said, anytime we lose the previous day high, we get under that. We're selling down anywhere between 30 to 70 points. I mean, we're already down 50 points right now from that previous day high that's marked out here. Damn it. All we can do is watch. I couldn't pull the trigger. I didn't really get the pullback that I liked. Damn, this thing's a freight train just like yesterday, guys. Here's 60% of that move. I mean, I don't see how we don't go back and retest this here. You blew 3 fundeds? Whew. When did you blow those, gas? Like early this morning or something? Man. I'd almost have to walk away if I blew three funded accounts. I'd be furious. Man, look at this freight train, guys. This thing's a freight train at the moment. I would try to trade on sim account if you can, and try to use a cheap prop firm if you want to trade evals. John or Josh. 40 seconds left. Gosh, this thing's already 100 points down off that previous day high. I'm just going to have to start taking those, even if it does just blast through it. We took one last week. I think we got up like 70 points. Which one did you scout there? All right, 3 seconds left. I'm waiting. I need to see some kind of pullback here. I want to see it, the 56 hold here. I want to see a pullback up to like the 50s. That hit the 25.26. This is where I want to see a pullback up to the 50s. Dude. We just broke back into that previous 4-hour candle too from this morning. Really want to, I was hoping to really see a pullback to the 55, 56 area, but we're just going to go with it. So if it does pull back, 56 will be my line in the sand here. Then 15 will be my break even. So don't want this trade back above 56. Back above 56, we close the trade. Back to the 50 holds. Never mind. We're still on the freight train to the downside. I'm going to target the 300 here. Choop, choop. Man. This looks like that crap from last night, Fish Lips. That thing's like, nope, we're not bouncing today. Runner's about to get stopped out here. All right, runner got stopped out. Let's see if we get another retest of the 56. You said I got caught short. So I still like the shorts as long as 56 holds up here. As long as 56 holds, we're going to stay short, guys. We're just in with 3 micros too. If it breaks back above the 56 area, we'll close the trade. And I will add at 50. First target, we will go to break even. All right. Break even. Oh, Fish Lips in a meeting. Choo choo. The train's on the tracks. I'm going to shoot for just 25 points and get out. All right. All right. Nice. We were able to get a few more funded trades in. Let's see. That one, we got 119. Just a few little micros. 119 real quick. So that was another funded account. So, nice. Dude, this same thing happened yesterday too, guys. Like, I got caught in a bad short yesterday. I took a loss last night because of this crap. It did the same exact thing. So, try to put the previous day high on your charts. Man, if you run that previous day high, I'm talking about just like 30, 40 points above it, and you come back through it, just get freaking short, man, because the last time I took this trade, I got like 60, 70 points out of this thing. It was just like straight downtown. Right now, we're already down, 150 points off of that 438 previous day high. And we just broke the 4-hour candle from earlier. So now, if I didn't have to leave, I think that we could possibly push a good portion of this candle, maybe 50% of this candle. So if you pull the fib on this whole 4-hour candle here, so back into this area 200s? Or right now, actually, no, the 50% right now is sitting at 261. I forgot I put that on there. So this is the 50% of the total move today. So between the time we open and our high, this is the 50% here at 261. Oh, Fish Lips had to go to a meeting. Yeah, I'm getting ready to have to leave myself, guys. I'll try to start getting some of those NinjaTrader videos set up, Jake, so it can help you get your NinjaTrader set up if you want to use NinjaTrader. Then plus I have bukus of indicators for NinjaTrader too. If you're, like all these indicators are free for NinjaTrader. And there's tons of other too, depending on how you're trading. All right, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna walk away today because I ended up having a red on one of my accounts because I continued trading after lunch, and I wish I didn't do that, but I did. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks, Josh. Yeah, Josh. The easiest charts to probably trade on are Tradovate. Those are probably the easiest. Not too difficult to set up. But, if you are going to get a prop firm account, try to stick to a sim account as long as you can. And try to find the cheapest prop firm to trade with. That way you get free data. Yeah, will do. I figure next week's weather is going to suck butt, man. It's supposed to be like 1 to 5 degrees. That's pretty cold for the. I don't really claim Arkansas as a southern state, especially in Northwest Arkansas, because there's nobody from Northwest Arkansas. Everybody that lives in Northwest Arkansas are here for probably 3 reasons. You're either here to work at Walmart, go to the University of Arkansas, or Tyson or JB Hunt. That's the main reason why everybody moves here where I'm at. So now we have too many people. Okay. Jake in the other lobby says that even if you don't want to buy anything, Josh, Tradovate has a free 14-day demo for just to practice and to see if you think you will like it. So I didn't know they had that, but that's what Jake just said. So basically what it is, if you sign up for a prop firm, you get free data. So if you're just using your real money, you got to pay for data. So it's almost cheaper to find the cheapest prop firm you can, like Bulanox, because they give you free data. And so what they do is they give you a data key to import your key over, and that way you get free data. And so you have to have that for NinjaTrader. So eventually I need to make videos on how to show you how to import your key, because you have to go to the NinjaTrader website to do it. All right. Thank you guys. I got to go before I end up staying here too long.